Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're here to start a new series on the Dell PowerEdge R250 Server. In this video we're going to specifically focus on CPUs, but in the video series as a whole we're going to cover CPUs, memory, drives, we're going to show you how to update your iDRAC, we're going to show you how to install network cards and a bunch of other great stuff. So click that like, smash that subscribe. Let's get going. Hey, thanks for stopping by today to learn more about the Dell PowerEdge R250 server. Do us a favor, if you find anything that helps you in this video, click that like, smash that subscribe. All right, let's hop in. This video, as we mentioned, is going to be dedicated to CPUs. So what we're going to do first is go over some just general information. Then we're going to hit some of the recommended processors that, we'll tell you the different levels, but kind of what we recommend. And then at the end, we're going to do what I think might be the best part of the video. We're going to show you how to physically remove your old processor and install your new processor. So let's hop into the fun stuff. All right, so let's begin with the general information. So first off, most importantly, this is a single socket system. I mean, you can kind of look at it. I like to call these the pizza box systems, even though they used to be more like perfect square, but they're the little small ones that have one socket and 4 DIMM slots. They're your basic great entry level dedicated server. Not everyone needs the most robust system. If you're just doing, emails or general business type of stuff, you don't need a Rolls Royce. Like, you can definitely roll with your Camry or your Honda. No disrespect to anyone here, okay? But just saying that this is a great box, and don't underestimate its power. But yes, it is a single socket. It's an LGA 1200, and you can get Intel Xeon E2300 series or Intel Pentium. I honestly hate to say it, but Intel Pentium, 2 cores, but okay. Let's go with the Intel E2300 Xeons, and you can get up to 8 cores with those. So now let's talk about what we recommend. We get asked all the time, hey, what CPUs do you like? What do you like to put in these machines? And honestly, it depends. Everyone has different applications, and depending on your application and depending on your budget, depends on what CPU you want, right? It makes sense, right? So we break it down into 3 categories. We have our low end, our value, and our high end. And really, it's kind of self-explanatory. The low end is going to be your super budget friendly, the lowest specs, a lot of 4-core type procs. You're going to have your value. It's going to be more of your sweet spot, where you get still decent specs, but doesn't break the budget completely. More expensive than the low end, but not as expensive as the high end. And the high end is honestly what most people probably want right now with this box, and that's going to be your 8-core type of procs, your high-end procs, the most expensive ones. But at this point, this is a 15th gen server. It is a lower kind of entry server. Again, it's a single proc and 4 DIMM slots, so it's not the super robust server. So at this point, a lot of people kind of want it to max it out, and you can do a lot with it if you max it out, but that might be more what people are wanting, like the E2300, like 86G, something like that might be more important than an old school quad core processor. So but again, you can put in a lot of different procs, and that's why we have different levels, and we break it down, and that's why I have a chart here just to show you kind of the options we recommend. All right, now we talked a little bit more about the general information, kind of what we recommend. Let's go over how to physically remove your old proc and install your new proc. You'll notice we've laid out some of the components that you will need for this, or some of the items you'll need. So let's just hop into the good stuff and get to the install.
Hey, this is Mason with Cloud Ninjas, and today I'll be showing you guys how to properly remove an old processor and install a new one into your Dell PowerEdge R250 server. As you can see, we have all the required materials needed to complete the installation process. We have our Phillips head screwdriver here for the heatsink. We have our processors, a new tube of thermal paste, and a clean rag so we can clean all that old thermal paste off our heatsink and old processor. Okay, let's set this to the side and then pop our latch and lift our top, just like any other server you have been in before. Now, first thing you'll see when you open up the server is this air baffle over the DIMM slots and CPU heatsink. So just go ahead and lift that up and set it to the side. Now we can clearly see our heatsink right here, and now we'll go ahead and take our Phillips head screwdriver and start unscrewing the heatsink off the motherboard. First, you want to start with this first screw here, unscrewing it just a little bit and then going across in an X formation to the next screw. Again, we are just unscrewing these screws just a little to ease the tension of the heatsink being attached to the motherboard. That way we don't cause any damages. As you can see, we are also unscrewing the screws in an X formation. That way we are evenly unscrewing the heatsink off of the motherboard. And once you have your heatsink unscrewed, all you need to do is just simply lift it up and then set it to the side. Now we can see our processor in the socket, and you'll notice that the metal lever is over here on the side. In order to remove the processor, you'll need to push this lever down and then push it to the side in order to unlock the bracket around the socket. Now go ahead and pull the lever back, and that will lift the bracket up from the socket. So now you can simply lift the processor gently from the socket and set it in the tray to the side. And now to the side of the server, we will take our clean rag and begin to clean all this old thermal paste off of the heatsink and old processor. So go ahead and start cleaning your heatsink to the side of the server. Now it's important to do this to the side of the server so that way none of the old thermal paste flakes off or gets into the DIMM slots or the CPU pins or the motherboard in general. We don't want to ruin this motherboard, so just be careful and make sure to clean the thermal paste to the side of the server and not over it. Alright, so now that you got that cleaned up, you can go ahead and install the new processor. Alright, so going back into the server, go ahead and grab your new processor and take a look at it and try and find the gold triangle. You will find it in the corner of the processor here, and you will need to match up that triangle with the triangle that is on the motherboard, and that will tell you how the processor is oriented in the socket. So go ahead and set the processor in the socket, making sure the corner of the gold triangle matches up with the triangle here. Now that the processor is in the socket, we can push this lever down and under the metal tab to secure the processor in place. Now we will grab our new tube of thermal paste and put a small coffee bean sized amount of paste in the middle of the processor, because you don't want to put too much or the paste will leak out and get into the motherboard or inside those DIMM slots, and you may even need a replacement for that motherboard. So to just save time and save a headache, just leave a nice even balance of thermal paste on top of the processor. Now all we will do is set the heatsink on top of the CPU and screw it back onto the motherboard using the X formation that we used when we were unscrewing it from the motherboard. And there you go. That is how you install your new processor into your Dell PowerEdge R250 server. Hey, do us a favor, click that like button and smash subscribe. If you're looking for any custom built Dell, HPE, Supermicro, Asus, ASRock, Gigabyte, we do it all. We have both new and refurbished. So please give us a call or email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. That's sales@cloudninjas.com. Anyways guys, thanks for stopping by.